plenty of celebrities features in the series. Can you tell us who will we seeing and what they're going to be getting up to?
Well, of course, you've got to have the royals. The Queen is there, changing places with Mrs. Brown to give us Mrs. Crown's boys. Charles and Camilla are there in the sort of gogglebox world, passing their comments on the TV. And of course there's Kate and Wills and little Prince George, who we should say is a bit of a rascal. God bless him. There's Alan Carr, there is Professor Brian Cox, Kim Kardashian, Philip Schofield. Literally everybody who needs to be on there is there, as well as the politicians.
What can you tell us about what Boris Johnson and Ed Miliband and Nigel Farage will be getting up to?
Well, Boris Johnson, as a character, you get him for free. The buffoonery, you know, there he is with his knitted hair, flying into work on a zip wire, 4 top hats. He pulls a word out of each top hat, throws it down, and there is a policy. Reinstate King Kong in Peterborough. Ah, yes, get on to it. That's his decision-making process. David Cameron is there in his, Bullingdon suit. Being very, very posh and sort of being carried around on a sedan chair by Eric Pickles and George Osborne. George Osborne is a sort of a deathly colourless grey, and he just gets booed and jeered at wherever he goes. And Eric Pickles has a lovely sort of bumbling charm. Oh, you're great, daft, tough. He sort of like keeps them in check that way. Ed Miliband is sort of like, he's got his boxing gloves on and sort of like punching like that, saying, hell yeah, I'm tough enough. Inevitably, he knocks himself out in a few moments.
One of your most famous ones was, of course, Tony Blair, and I'm told that you met him on one occasion. He was quite taken aback by you. You kind of put him out of his stride.
Yes, Tony Blair, I did meet him once on a Children in Need sketch. And he was surrounded by this entourage of... There was one very, very bossy lady who spoke slightly like Patrick Moore, and she said, you will ask this question, you will ask that question, you will not waste the Prime Minister's time, he will not say that, he will say this, he will not say that. Do you understand? And I just thought, well, I'm not going to listen to her, let's ask him when he comes in. So very sneakily, I said, we're thinking of this, we're thinking of this gag. Yes, yep, whatever, children need, it's a good cause. Ha 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 ha. And there was the lady over there seething, like someone out of W1A, It was that kind of controlled world that he lived in. Interesting to get a glimpse of it.
How do celebrities usually react when they kind of see you? Are they kind of taken aback a bit if you've done an impression of them before?
When you've done an impression of somebody and you bump into them, it is a very strange thing. Usually the first reaction is a look. That they might look at you in a knowing way, as if, like that. The most recent case, I think, was with Ross Kemp. I was actually having a bit of lunch with Mike Yarwood, wonderful Mike Yarwood, and Ross Kemp walked in, with that sort of Ross Kemp on gang's face, and he said to my Yarwood, "It's fantastic, you livened up our Saturday nights. It's an honour to meet you." And he turned to me and went, "And you sent my Twitter feed up. Thank you." I thought, does he mean that? It was all going to kick off, so we got out of there. So there's an interesting little frisson usually.
Are some celebrities more difficult than others? I mean, has there ever been someone you've kind of really struggled to get hold of?
Perhaps Simon Cowell is one of those. I suppose the first thing you would say, the voice sort of back there, very understated, still pretty strong, honest, and in tune with the hand gestures. That's the sort of code with him. And then you have Ricky Gervais, who's, his movements very small, little, twitches, interviewer, can't be seen, enigmatic,